So I'll send it to you.
Thanks.
So your energy is not supposed to be okay. Okay. Do you mind if I post our conversation as well? I won't say your name, but this could be very helpful for people.
Yeah.
Okay, and you won't see your image, and I won't see, it was just be audio.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Hi, this is Maria from Our Healing, and I'm talking to Ida.
Hi.
Sorry, nobody knows who that is. I just supposed to know your name. Um, anyway, I'm still learning how to do this stuff, but we're talking about bringing your power back, bringing your energy back, and the first thing is to take a deep breath and imagine you bring your energy back, pulling it back to you from the past, from the future, and from wherever you might be thinking, like your friend's problems, your mom's problems, your all of our energy is scattered throughout. And you bring it back to you. And that's where your energy is supposed to be at all times in the present time. If we have our energy here with us in the present time, we are able to create. We are able to manifest. We are able to let go. The past doesn't matter anymore. You could grieve the past. You could grieve the past and you can let it go if you choose. The future doesn't matter because the future could change and it doesn't matter. It's none of your business what's happening in the future. You understand?
Yeah.
What matters now is right now. Who is this person in the mirror? Who is this person that I'm looking at? Am I trying to be too spiritual? What does that look like? Did you stop drinking to be spiritual? Did you start having fun to be spiritual, to be a monk? Or are you introverted or are you extroverted and yet you're not really following your authentic self, right? Are you trying to be like your friends? But who are you now in this moment? That is what's really important because that's the way to create. That is the way to be, just be present.
Yeah, I find it hard sometimes to know what is myself, what is my true self, and what have I gotten from others and separate that. I find that hard sometimes, and I always have to keep reminding me what is me, what is true for me.
So this is how you could find out. When you were little, it was when we were our most authentic selves. Did you like playing around with other children? Were you the light of the room? Or did you just observe and hide and were shy? Who was that little girl?
Yeah, I was so much scared that I don't feel like I was my true self even as a child.
Okay, then that's okay, because I know that sometimes we have traumatic events happen as children and it changes us. So what we need to figure out now is when you are in a group of like a social group with people, is it comfortable for you to be in the center of the room full of attention? Or do you tend to just kind of back away and just talk to one person at a time? What is it that you do?
I mostly like small conversations because I feel like they are more heartfelt and deep.
Okay.
But I can enjoy being in a big group of people if I really like the people and I feel like it's a deep connection. It really depends, but most times I prefer it being small.
So for you, it's important to trust
Yeah,
the
right.
people that you're with and connect with them.
Mm,
This is what you're telling me with your words. That for you, it's important to be with people that you trust and connect with, because then you are able to open up to your authentic self.
yeah.
This is what you're telling me with your words. Okay, so if you are wanting to open up, and you need to trust people to open up, okay, then that's okay. Don't change yourself, because what happens is a lot of time it's like you need to be more outgoing. You need, I'm not sure who the you need persons in your life is, or you should be more outgoing. You should be with more other people. You should be the way you are, and really, really understand that for you, it's really important to connect in a deeper level before opening up authentically. That's okay. That is your strength, because you know that person deeply, completely. If it's multiple people, if it's one person, if that's
Mm,
what you need, then go for it. Of course, there's some shadow work there to be done, in the sense that, why don't you feel safe?
right.
When was the last time you felt safe? That's the question that I would ask myself.
Yeah.
And obviously, since I've known you, I know you're a teacher. You like to bring wisdom into these small groups.
Mm.
And that's okay too, right?
But I find it kind of hard being satisfied with trusting a small group of people and feeling like, okay, that's where I am, and also pushing myself to be uncomfortable and be in bigger groups and try to express myself as freely. And I have this feeling that that is the right thing to do, to be so free and be so open with so many
So
people.
so what you want to ask is, what would I be doing if I had no fears?
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's a good question.
So what happens is, and I'll give you one of my examples. I grew up in a household where I was sexually molested, and I it was always an attack. Somebody always had something to tell you. Somebody always had something to scare you. And I grew up feeling uneasy and fearful. And to this day, I'm still pushing it out, that shedding that skin of fear. But I started noticing myself isolating myself, because I do that sometimes. And even though I know that my super gift, my greatest ability is I could light up a room wherever I go. But I notice myself hiding sometimes, like a hermit.
Mm,
And then when I notice myself doing that, I say, what would I be doing if I had no fears? One of the beliefs that we have as the collective, we believe that if we're around people, they're going to hurt us. One of the beliefs that we have as light workers is, if we are around people, their energy is going to be affecting us somehow.
right.
That we need to protect ourselves from others. That's the old way. Our light is so bright, and we are so safe, and we are so protected, that we could go anywhere. The problem is we don't believe it. And until we truly embody that belief that we are safe and we are protected, and then we don't have to protect ourselves from each other, even though we are all source, we are all God, And yet we are told as light workers that we have to protect our energy. If you believe that you are protected wholeheartedly, no matter where you go, you are as you believe.
Mm.
If you're walking around with fear that you're not protected or that you're not good enough, then you should carry stones and crystals and sage. Because there is what's the right word? There's something faulty about your energy field.
Mm.
And how do you get to, I am protected and I'm safe no matter where I go, and I'm bright, from a place of, I need to protect myself from others and I don't trust anyone?
Yeah.
How do
I've
you
started
get,
trusting more people for sure, but I also feel like my energy gets impacted by being with others. So yeah, I need to be able to not
amor?
believe that, I guess.
So the meditation that I just showed you right now about pulling back your energy,
Mm.
the more you do that throughout the day and become grounded, the less you have to worry about other people and their energy.
Mm.
You'll be more secure in your own bubble. How can we as light workers do our jobs properly if we have the fear that other people's energy is going to affect us?
Right, then I just want to be by myself to
The
feel,
thing that causes us to be by ourselves, isolated, secluded, is
yeah.
that belief. That's one of the beliefs,
Mm.
but something that we need to break as light workers. It should not be, I'm going to be around you and fear for my life that your negative energy is going to impact mine. And then I'm going to shower myself with Epsom salts and essence oils and all sorts of smoke. There has to be a belief that we are safe and we are protected and we are good enough,
Mm.
because that is the truth. If we believe we're not safe, then we won't be safe. But if we believe we are safe truly to the depths of our hearts and our souls, then we are safe. That
Right,
is,
my belief is probably not strong enough that I am safe with others, because when I am with others, I do tend to get triggered in some way, or my anxieties come up. So that must stem in some fear that I am not good enough or
yes,
missing.
yes. It's everything. And today I was walking, and what came up is I was being grateful because I started sensing my spirit guides and my ancestors around me.
Mm.
And I was just, it felt beautiful. Here I am in a state that where my husband and my family and all of my family are not at. I feel so alone sometimes.
Mm.
And then I start sensing them and I get emotional because you've never left me. They're like, no, woman, we've never left.
Mm.
And as we were talking, I said, it feels so freeing to know that you're here. And they said, the only reason you don't feel free is because the beliefs are the ones that are keeping you in chains. Our beliefs have a lot to do with it.
Mm.
If you believe that you are going to die at age 25, really strongly,
Mm.
fear it day in and day out, then you will probably die at age 25.
Sometimes I fear the power of manifestation just because I know how powerful our thoughts and beliefs are, that I really don't want to have any negative beliefs. And the fear of having negative beliefs,
Mm,
I want, like, I don't want that to manifest,
yeah,
because fear of, oh, I don't want that is, yeah, I don't want that pulling it closer.
yeah. So this is what you're causing then.
Yeah.
Beautiful. This is
And then,
what no, espérate. Wait. This is what you're causing.
mm,
I don't want to have any negative feelings or beliefs. Then you will never face your shadows and you'll always be stuck. Your shadows is something you still have to face and integrate. Do you understand that?
right. So it is in some way kind of good having those negative things, or
There are no positive or negatives. There's no good or bad.
yeah.
Do you understand that?
Yeah, I keep
You-
forgetting that.
and it's because we are programmed to believe in good and bad. You want to be a good girl.
Right.
Cover yourself up, cover those boobs up, cover your ass up. You need to be a good girl, and don't you dare be, there's so many. I mean, we could talk about sexuality, and we could talk about not speaking your truth. We could talk about, I mean, being what society calls good is you're suppressed as a beautiful feminine woman.
Mm.
But if you see the world as just the world, and there's no good or bad, you'll be able to face your shadows without fear, because then you'll see it as, you're my shadow. I see you. There's nothing to fear. It is not bad. Our shadows may cause sabotage in our life because it wants you to look at it.
Yeah.
Stop running away from yourself.
Yeah, I always think the shadow is bad and I need to get rid of my shadow. I need to heal it completely, and then I will be happy and satisfied and it won't keep coming up.
Yeah, no, there's a reason why he keeps coming up.
Yeah.
Sweetheart, you are safe and you are protected.
Mm.
If you had no fear, what would you be doing?
Then I would probably do so much more writing, because in my writing, my shadow is coming up, and it can be so hard and challenging that I feel like I need a break from it.
Because you are resisting it. And
Yeah.
that's why you go, when you start writing, you are always tired
Yeah.
because you're fighting against it.
Mm.
It's being able to see your shadow. I see you. And I see the pain that you're holding on to. And I see the grief. I see you. Let me have it. Let me have that grief. We'll take it to source. Come here, come towards me. Once you give your shadow a hug and love it for what it is and accept it, you'll integrate it and you'll
Mm.
be able to let it go, whatever emotion that you're running away from. There isn't good or bad, there just is. You'll be able to have to master observation, where you will observe yourself and the things around you, and you will have no judgment of good or bad.
Yeah.
You're running away from yourself. People need to hear your story.
Hmm. Yeah, it's so hard writing my story that I've been, yeah, so dreadful about beginning again, and wondering if I'm more happy when I don't write, even though I know my path is going to be writing. I have been more happy when I've tried to push it away or taken a break from it, I think. So that's why I really don't want to go back into that shadow hole that swallows me up. But
It only swallows you up because you fight it. You're
yeah,
fighting it. You want to get rid of it. You don't want to feel it.
yeah, yeah, for sure I want to get rid of it. But your shadow can also be your greatest strength, your greatest gift, and you can love it. So I know that is would be possible for me.
Well, you already know the truth then, but you
Yeah.
forget it because you're so scared of it.
Mm. That's really overwhelming.
Every time you are about to write, you could imagine me by your side, or you
Mm,
could imagine an angel by your side sitting there waiting. You're not alone. Even though I'm here in the United States and you're where you are, I'm still with you. We are still one. Do you understand?
yeah, yeah, I think you're nailing it with that part, that I probably feel so alone when writing, and that is swallowing me up. The alone feeling, the separateness is coming on so strongly. And then I feel so weak and I feel like a victim in my writing because it's so much bad or sad things. Not that anything is bad or good, but things that make me sad. And then I feel separated, as I did when those things happened. So I go back to the feeling of my past memories. I
So,
feel
this,
happy
I'm a
again.
writer too, right? So,
Yeah.
this will help you.
Mm,
When you're writing the story that you created for yourself here on earth, write about it in the way that you're watching a movie and you're describing the movie as a third person, not as the child that you were.
mm,
You're watching a movie and you're writing about it. And even though when we watch movies, there are times where it's like really sad and we're crying with the movie,
mm,
you stopped, you put your pen down, or you stop typing, and you go into the movie and you hug that part of you. I'm right here. I love you. You're not alone. And you tell that part of you that you are not alone. I love you. And then when she is better and when you feel better, you continue to write as the observer,
mm.
as if you were watching a movie in front of you.
Right.
Your story will bring a lot of healing to the world, to the collective. And you're not alone. You've never been alone.
Mm. Yeah, that's true. And it's also so many people with similar stories.
Yes.
But I forget about them when I'm in it.
Every time you heal, another person that experienced what you experienced is healing too.
Mm.
You don't heal alone. You heal yourself and you heal many. We're healing the collective by you healing. You're bringing light into that part of the collective.
Mm.
Just like when I healed when I was sexually molested. All of the female energy, they paid attention. It rises up and it takes back its power.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
If you don't want to heal for yourself, you could heal for others because you love to be of service. If you want to think about it that way.
Yeah, it gives more motivation when you feel like it's not only for you,
It's not only for you.
way greater, and it feels like everything is worth it if it can help others.
It's time to rise up
Yeah.
and face the fears that we run away from. Lately, I've been realizing that I have a fear of my power,
Mm.
that
How
I've suppressed it so long. And I can feel it bubbling inside of me, waiting to explode. And that freaks me the fuck out. Like, wait a minute, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Hold on. Wait.
abort mission.
Yes. Isn't it beautiful to have two women talking, healing together, conversating, instead of bringing each other down?
Yes, for sure. That's the
Instead
way.
of, yeah, instead of competing with one another.
Yeah, no, helping each other rise.
Yes, yes. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Mm. I have to say that it was a great conversation that needed to happen, not only for you, but for many that are going to listen to this audio. So I'm going to stop recording and then we'll continue our conversation for a little bit.
Yes.